Welcome to Rebel Chaser. My name is Gail, and I have a video for you from Judge Bronlich in Michigan. He has a couple before him, and the father is trying to get full custody of his kids. The mom had moved in with her parents, and there was an altercation between her and her father, and it was in front of the children. But as you watch this video, you guys tell me what you think about the mom. I see something that nobody in this court hearing apparently notices, which I think is crazy. But you guys watch, tell me what you see.
On the matter of Shayna Gilliam versus Travis Snap.
For the record, this matter is before the court on the defendant's motion to modify custody. This hearing is being conducted via Zoom. Present is Attorney Stephen Rotenberg, representing the defendant petitioner, Travis Snap. Mr. Snap appears to be present. In addition, plaintiff mother Shayna Gilliam is also present. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Judge.
The parties have conferred this afternoon with Ms. Patrick, who has provided the court with final recommendation that the motion to modify custody be denied. There's no change of circumstances. Of course, that does not mean we could not address modification of parenting time. Right now, the parties have the parties. Looks like the history of this originally it was joint legal physical to mother. The parties agreed by consent in July of 2023, a year ago, to have joint physical. The father is now seeking to have sole physical for the reason that mother is living at a grandparent's home. And apparently there's an alleged domestic upon the plaintiff mother by her father, the maternal grandfather, Jim Gilliam. Is that the circumstances, the basis for this motion, Mr. Rotenberg?
Yes, Judge. However, before I continue, unfortunately, there's been a breakdown in the attorney-client relationship, and Mr. Snap does not wish me to continue representing him, I believe, if that's correct. He'd have to affirm that. So I'm not really sure what I can do in what I can say or what maneuverability that I can do. I can do.
Okay, we'll make an inquiry, Mr. Snap. Mr. Snap, what's the situation? Do you can represent yourself, or do you want Mr. Rotenberg to continue to represent you?
I'll represent myself.
And I would like to withdraw then if he wishes me to not continue.
Right. So is that correct, Mr. Snap? You have no objection, Mr. Rotenberg withdrawing as your attorney of record?
Yes.
And you will proceed here on your own then. You understand?
Yes.
I'm sorry, can you speak louder?
Yes.
So Mr. Rotenberg can leave these proceedings then, correct?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Rotenberg.
Goodbye.
You can zoom out for the rest of the afternoon.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
All right, Mr. Snap, it's alleged in the motion Mr. Rotenberg filed on your behalf that you want to eliminate this joint physical custody they agreed to a year ago, and the basis is that the maternal grandfather Jim Gilliam, mom Shayna Gilliam, correct?
Yes.
Did that occur in the presence of the children?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Gilliam, what about that? Did you have a physical with your father in the presence of your 5- and 4-year-old children?
I did.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay. Are you still living in that household?
No, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
No.
Okay, where do you live?
I am living with a roommate currently until I can secure a place of my own.
Okay. Do the children have their own bedrooms?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, have you updated the front of the court with your new address?
No, I will be going in Monday to do it in person. Online has not been working for me.
Okay, as soon as possible, because any order entered by the court today is going to be mailed out to you, and it's got to be mailed to your old address. So make sure the post office has your forwarding address.
Okay.
So right now the parties have joint legal custody. Mr. Snap, your parenting time is every weekend, correct? Fridays at 6 to Sundays at 6?
The first 3 weekends of the month, Friday at 6 to Sunday at 6, yes.
Okay. The court would agree that one incident, and I don't have enough facts about it, but obviously it's inappropriate for children to witness any type of assaultive, physical, threatening behavior by family members, but that's not a sufficient basis to modify custody. You agreed this a year ago. It might modify parenting time. But right now, it sounds like Ms. Gilliam has removed herself from that environment. Were you aware that she's moved?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, one thing the court can do is add a restriction that the children shall not be in the presence of Jim Gilliam. If that would give you some comfort, knowing that this will not occur again, that he shall not be in their presence. So, I mean, Ms. Gilliam, you can't, if the children are out somewhere, a family gathering, you can't take them over there if your father's present.
That's absolutely fine with me. I have tried to not be around them myself.
All right, Mr. Snap, will that address your concern?
Your Honor, no, that was just the start of my concerns. If I could adjourn this and maybe prove to the court that not only was her sister reached out to me and there's been a lot of alcohol use and I believe maybe use and I have a lot of proof of this. But my attorney, the reason I let him go is because he never got any of this information together for me. And I have it all on PDF file and try to send it over, but he never found the time to get it. There's been multiple police over there, and there's a lot more to it than just this one incident.
All right. Right. Well, Mr. Snap, here's what the court's going to do. You have to file another motion with all documentation, but at this point in time, the court's going to deny your motion, change custody, but you can refile it, and the court can reconsider with additional evidence. The court will order that neither party shall allow the children to be in the presence of Jim Gilliam, Gillim, and further that neither party shall consume alcohol or any controlled substance prior to or during parenting time. And that applies to both of you. And again, that's going to be the order of the court today. If in fact you want the children to be removed from mother's care, then you need to file a motion and provide more of a basis to change custody. Namely, what's happened since July 2023 when you agreed to joint custody. And then, do you understand that, Mr. Snap?
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
Oh, until then, is there any way I could maybe do week on, week off until I file this motion? Like, could we change?
Again, did you discuss that with Mrs. Patrick and Ms. Gilliam this afternoon?
No, I did not.
Well, that's the time when you met with Ms. Patrick, our friend of the court. That's the time to raise that. Ms. Gilliam, what about Dad wants more time with the children, week on, week off? What's your position on that?
I mean, I don't think week on and week off would really work. We agreed to the agreement we have now because he works during the week and I can work around the school schedule for the kids and get them to school, get them off school, and he is not able to do that. So that's why.
What about till school starts, week on, week off? What about that? Is that unreasonable? What about week on, week off until school starts?
I do have my son currently enrolled in summer school program, so I'm still taking him to and getting him from school.
Okay, Dad can't take him to school, summer school?
Yes, I can.
Ms. Gilliam, can't Dad take him to school?
I was unaware his work hours had changed to where he was available to do so.
Mr. Snap, are you available to take him to school?
Yes.
Okay, what's your work hours?
I'm a foreman, so I can go in as late as 8 o'clock in the morning if I would like.
Were you aware that your son's in summer school?
Yes.
Okay, where's he at summer school?
I do not know the exact school.
Oh, come on. All right, Mr. Snap, we're not going to go any farther. If you don't even know where he's at summer school, you're not very involved in his education. So at this point in time, you have to file another motion. The court will simply deny your motion to change custody at this point in time. Parent time will continue as previously ordered. Neither party shall consume alcohol or any drugs acquired prior to or during parenting time. If it comes to your attention, Mr. Snap, that she's consuming alcohol during parenting time or prior to, or she's high, when the exchange of the children, then you should petition the court. And lastly, neither of you should allow the children to be in the presence of Jim Gilliam. If you want any other relief other than that, you need to petition the court. But Mr. Snap, obviously you're not even sure where he's in summer school. You got to be, if you want more time, you need to be actively involved in their education.
Your Honor, she don't
at this point.
Your Honor, she don't let me be involved.
You have joint physical custody, Mr. Snap. You need to take control. I mean, why can't you? Your name should be on the. You can talk to get all the progress reports at school. You should know what's going on. Ms. Gilliam, if you're enrolled in summer school, you should let Dad know that. The two of you have your joint custodians. You have equal decision making. So, Ms. Gilliam, if you didn't notify me in summer school, shame on you. You should have.
Ryder told me.
Ms. Gilliam, you need to, talk to an attorney. That's maybe based on modified custody. If Ms. Gilliam is not sharing information with you, you should be, Ms. Gilliam.
I told him when I signed him up that I was going to be putting him in summer school. I did.
But once you determined where and when, you should have immediately notified him that he's going to summer school these days a week, these hours at this location.
Well, I didn't think I had to tell him of what was going on during my parenting time. I'm
Gilliam,
sorry, I did not know.
You have joint physical custody. If you can't comply with that, then we're going to take that away.
Okay, I understand.
Communicate. So immediately notify Mr. Snap where the children are in school.
Okay.
That's right to know where they're living too. Where do you meet right now for the exchange of parenting time?
The current place I am living. He's been there. He knows where it's at.
Okay, well, he has right to know where the children are living, with whom, where they're in school. You need to provide that information to Mr. Snap, then you need to contact those institutions and say, I want to see progress reports.
Yes.
All right, so that's only the relief we're going to grant today. If you want any further relief, Mr. Snap, you'll have to file another motion. Please communicate with each other, okay?
So there's no way that, I mean, I can get him to school and from school. I mean, that is not an issue, so.
Mr. Snap, you've not been active in his life. You don't even, he's in summer school, but you have no idea where. I mean, most parents, if you want to be active in his life, you would know where he goes to school. Whether it's Monroe or Dundee or Ida. So no, at this point in time, you have to file another motion if you want to modify custody. That's the decision of the court. So if you can add a couple of those additional conditions, Ms. Patrick, I would appreciate that.
I did, Your Honor. The updated rec is in your queue.
Well, you both mailed a copy of this, and please communicate, work together. And yes, Mr. Snap, if you don't file a motion for change of custody, you may want to file a motion for modified parenting time. Certainly, there's a lot more flexibility during the summer months, and I would have granted you a week on, week off if you would have known where he goes to school. You need to be more active. Ask the questions.
If I get it granted though, then I have the opportunity to be more active. When she's saying her parenting time is her parenting time and she's not telling me anything, how can I be more active?
Yeah, well,
I mean, give me an opportunity to be active and I will be active. I promise you.
But you got to ask the questions. And Ms. Gilliam, I've already chastised Ms. Gilliam for not informing you. She's obligated to inform you of those things. If the kids have a doctor's appointment or dentist appointment, you need to notify Dad. Do you understand that?
Can I have the opportunity to show that I can do it before, while we're here?
Well, maybe you can work things out together, but at this point in time, the court's not going to order week on, week off parenting time when you don't know what school he's at. Somebody can petition in the future, Mr. Snap, but show the court that you are active in this child's life. You know what's going on. All right, that will conclude this matter. You can petition the court for other relief, Mr. Snap, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right, thank you both. You can both zoom out.
Now, I'm not saying she is, but I'm not saying she's not either. I was thinking maybe she works nights, but that's not a sleepy look. At least not to me. That doesn't look sleepy. That looks like she climbed all the way to the top of the tree. The only thing is, I don't understand why nobody else, why the judge didn't notice this. If she had been in front of Judge Boyd, she would have sent her for a UA right then and there. She would have called her out on it. So, I think the judge is dropping the ball here. He's not paying attention to what's in front of him. And I think that the father has every right to try to get full custody. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.